Okay.
Yes, we are live. We are live now. Mahtab, please take the floor.
Hello and good time, everybody. This is Mahtab Keramati, a skill development and human resource fellow at Women Ascension, and I'm pleased to welcome you to today's cybersecurity webinar hosted by Women Ascension. At Women Ascension, our mission is to empower women and girls to create positive change in their communities. Through Women Ascension Skill Development, WASD, we provide critical training in the area of professionals and personal development, capacity building, entrepreneurship, and leadership to help women overcome barriers and achieve economic independence and leadership roles. This aligns with several Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, including SDG 4, Quality Education, SDG 5, Gender Equality, and SDG 8, Decent and Work. Our goal is to ensure women have the skill they need to succeed, and today's webinar on cybersecurity is a step toward this mission. Now, I would like to talk briefly about the critical topic we are here to discuss, cybersecurity. In our increasingly digital world, cybersecurity is more important than ever and is crucial for protecting data, systems, and people. With global cyber crime expected to cost the economy $10.5 trillion by 2025, the stakes couldn't be higher. So today's session will focus on how we can protect our digital lives, secure sensitive data, and learn more about the evolving field of cybersecurity. Before we look into our discussions, let me give you an overview of what we will be doing today. We will start with the presentation from our expert speaker, Maryam Shuaibu Aliyu, who will share her valuable insights in cybersecurity, its importance, and how it connects to the Sustainable Development Goals, including SDG 3, Good Health and Well-being, SDG 4, Quality Education, SDG 8, Decent Work and Economic Growth, SDG 9, Industry, and SDG 16, Peace, Justice, and Strong Institutions. Following the presentations, we will open the floor for Q&A session, so feel free to ask your questions in the chat. Finally, we'll wrap up with a closing remark and share a next step for future webinars and engagement. So with the rise of cyber threats affecting everything from businesses to personal data, it's crucial that we all understand how to protect ourselves and the systems we rely on. This webinar is designed to shed a light on the growing importance of cybersecurity and how we can play our part in securing the digital world. Now, I would like to introduce our estimated speaker, Ms. Maryam Shuaibu, a cybersecurity expert, educator, and founder of Cyber Hijabiti, an organization dedicated to empower women in the field of cybersecurity. Ms. Maryam has extensive experience in the field of cybersecurity and is passionate about bridging the gap in technology. She is the community engagement lead for the 3MTT Nigeria program, where she develops and creates communication and helps support users in navigating cybersecurity issues. Through her work, she advocates for inclusive opportunity for women in tech world and mentors aspiring cybersecurity professionals. We are very fortunate to have you with us today, Ms. Maryam, to help us understand the significance of cybersecurity and share your expertise. Thank you so much, Ms. Maryam, for your time. Now, the virtual floor is yours. Please go on.
Okay, thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. I really appreciate you. So good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending from where you're listening from or watching us from. So thank you so much, Mahtab, for that wonderful introduction. So as she has said everything, I just have to chip in a little bit. So my name is Maryam Shuaibu Aliyu, a cybersecurity facilitator, educator, trainer, and I'm also the founder of Cyber Hijabi Tech. So Cyber Hijabi Tech is a platform where we train women. I train women. I'm biased when it comes to women because when I joined the tech ecosystem, we have that gender gap. Women were not much in the tech ecosystem, most especially cybersecurity, because it's a technical field and women are not more encouraging because of the technical jargons in cybersecurity. So with Cyber Hijabi Tech, we're able to train and mentor women to join the field. So we're talking about cybersecurity. Before we go, please I want to see where you just in the chat box. Everybody should type where your country. Let's see. Okay. So okay, I can see Salome Samaila. I can see, wow, a lot of the people from Nigeria. Okay, thank you so much. So when we talk about cybersecurity is the protection of network, device, asset from unauthorized access. Who are those that unauthorizing accessing our network, data, network, device, or asset? We call them the black hat hackers. We call them the cyber criminals. So cybersecurity is very important. It's very important in our day-to-day life as an individual, organization. It is very so sorry, please for that. So we're talking about the protection of your information from unauthorized access. Who are these unauthorized access? We call them the black hat hackers. We are the cyber criminals. They don't need your permission to have access to your data. They don't need your permission to have access to your information or your network. So that's one reason why cybersecurity is very important for you in order to what? To protect your PII and XPII. When we talked about PII in cyber.
Miss Maryam, I think you're muted.
Okay, so it is ongoing process where you protect your data and your asset from unauthorized access. Who are those that have access to your data or device unauthorizedly? We call them the cyber criminals. And one thing about the cyber criminals is that they don't take permission from you. They don't care who you are, whether you are a celebrity or not a celebrity. All they are after is your data. Your data is an asset to them. And that's why they go in all to get your data. So one of the importance of cybersecurity is that it protects your PII and XPII. When we say PII in cybersecurity, it means your personal identifiable information, those information that are related to you, those information that when people associate it with you, like your name, your address, your place of work. These are all your PII, your personal identifiable information. Then we have the SPII. The SPII stands for sensitive personal identifiable information. These are the information that when a hacker has access to it, is going to cause you problem. They are going to cost you your reputation. That's your account number, your account. In here, Nigeria, we call it NIN. We have your NIN, we have your password, we have your driver license. All these are all sensitive information that has to be stored, that has to be protected from anybody, irrespective of who the person is. Because when people have access to it, they can use it against you in the cyberspace. Then we have prevent identity theft. We have a lot of people that cyber criminals use their identity to commit crime without them even knowing. Cyber criminals can use your identity to collect loan, to obtain loan from your bank without you even knowing. And they can also use your identity to get money from your relatives without you knowing. Due to what? Due to them having access to your PII and SPII. So we have the Guide Against Phishing Scam. According to statistics, 90% of security breach that has happened is through phishing scam. And this phishing is sent through emails, normal emails that we just see an email telling you, click on this to claim your price, click on this to claim that. All these are all these are phishing scam, and cyber criminals use this a lot. So if I'm communicating, please, can I see your emoji? If you're understanding, your emoji, your emoji. Okay, thank you for that. So in cybersecurity, we have some certain terms that we use in cybersecurity that when you hear of this term, you can be able to understand what that means. We have what we call exploit. When we say exploit, it is a piece or tool that cyber criminals design to take advantage of a vulnerability. The likes of the phishing scam, the link that is sent to you is an exploit. The smishing is an exploit. The exploit.
Maryam, your mic is off again.
We talked about vulnerability. Vulnerability is a weakness or flaw in your system or network. For example, let's say you have a phone, a device that has not been patched for the last 3 months. That phone is vulnerable to attack. Or you have a device that needs an update, or an app in your phone or in your device that need an update, and you did not update that app, that phone is vulnerable to attack. And when we talk about attack, is the deliberate breach, the deliberate breach that cyber criminals use to attack your system, your network, or your application. That's the app we have in our phones. So these are the common terms that we use in cybersecurity: exploit, vulnerability, and attack. So we have the common threats. The common threat in cybersecurity, these are threats that are common, and most people fall for this threat. We have the phishing attack. When we talked about phishing, that's what I explained earlier. That's those emails you get when somebody saying you, it will look legitimate, but it's not legitimate. It is from cyber criminals. So what they do is that they send you a very convincing email that you think, yes, this is very convincing. It's coming from a reliable source, not knowing that it's from the cyber criminal. And immediately you click on that link, you have installed malicious packet in your phone or in your device. And that malicious packet can be used to extort so acts like a legitimate message, and they use it against you when you click on it without knowing. Then we have what we call malware. Please, I'm sorry for that. I went to handle some stuff back there. So sorry. So we have the malware. Malware is come from malicious software. That is a malicious software that hackers use to send to gain access to your device from their own end. And part of this malware, we have the hardware, which is advertisement ware. You might be going through some certain websites and then you just see an advertisement pop up. Those advertisements are from cyber criminals because it has been laced with some malicious packets. Then we have what we call spyware. That spyware is a tool designed by hackers that when you click a link, the hacker will be in a different place and be spying on your device, seeing all what you are doing on your device without your knowledge, without you even knowing. And then we have what we call Trojan horse. This Trojan horse, cyber criminals disguise themselves as they use well-known websites, the likes of Amazon, the likes of Twitter, the likes of that's X, the likes of Alibaba, and all this, they will send it. It looks very legitimate. If you're not into cybersecurity, if you cannot use a tool to run and analyze what is that, you will fall for that because it looks legitimate. Then we have what we call ransomware. This ransomware is how cyber criminals intercept your packet or your device or your network and ask you to pay for them to for them to decrypt your data. You have to pay. From the name ransom, that's when somebody kidnaps you and looking for ransom. So that's where we got the ransomware from. So then we have what we call social engineering. Social engineering is the process where cyber criminals use some tactics to gain information from you without your knowledge. And you, without knowing, you'll be giving them that information because you have no idea. They have present themselves to you like legitimate. They might call you and tell you this is your house. They'll tell you the name of your house. They'll tell you the name of all your siblings. They'll tell you the name of where you are working, who is your boss, and they'll start asking you questions for you to start revealing some answers because they want to use it to attack you. So we have man in the middle. Man in the middle is what hackers do. They intercept packets on transit. Let's say, for example, I'm trying to send a message to Mahtab, and man in the middle will see that message, and he can be able to intercept that message that I'm trying to send to Mahtab, and he might decide to change that message from what I'm sending. And if it's an information that is sensitive, he can use it against me or Mahtab. So that's man in the middle. Then we have denial of service. Denial of service is when hackers deny organization service to run the day-to-day activities, the day-to-day operation of that organization. And how they do that is that they overwhelm the server of that organization with ping. Like they will overwhelm the server of that organization that will make the server to collapse, and that will give them the chance to be able to penetrate the organization and carry out their malicious intent. So for an organization, if you want to protect yourself, like an organization, you want to protect yourself, we have what we call firewall. Firewall filter incoming and outgoing communication in an organization, in the sense that that organization configure or instruct that firewall that some certain words should not pass through this network. Some certain words should not go outside the network. So this, we have what we call intrusion prevention, and we have what we call intrusion detection system. So this was on one of the functions of firewall. It helps you to detect when there is a malicious packet passing through the network, or if there is a malicious packet trying to pass through the device of your organization. So these are one of the importance of firewall, and we have what we call IDS and IPS. The IDS stand for intrusion detection system, and the IPS stand for intrusion prevention system. So then we have the anti software. It serves as a security. We all have antivirus software on our phones that helps you to, when you're trying to download, because a lot of apps that are out there are malicious. Most apps. That's why if you want to download, or you want to download any app, you go to Google Play Store or you go to Apple Store or iOS. That's when you get a legit app to download. So we have encryption. When we talk about encryption, encryption in the sense that when you're trying to send a packet, or you want to, we have data on transit, we have data at rest, and we have data we use. So if you don't want hackers to have access to these data, you encrypt it. Encryption in the sense that it turns your information to become unreadable, except for the person that has the key. That's the person that can be able to read that information. That's one importance of encryption. That's why it's very important, as you're sending any packet, make sure you encrypt your message, your data on transit, encrypt it. Your data on store, you encrypt it. Am I communicating?
Yes, we're hearing.
Okay, thank you so much. So I want to stop sharing this slide. I want to share another slide. Okay, so can you see my slide? Can you see my slide?
Yes, we
Okay,
can.
so this protecting your device. Okay, protecting your device. So you have to have a very strong password when you want to protect your device. When we talk about protecting your device, we have what we call password and what we call passphrase. If you have a password that is very weak, hackers can easily hack into your password. So we're going to do a very quick hands-on. Please, if you're ready, let me know. If you're ready, want to do a very quick hands-on. So then you have to encrypt your data. Only store necessary information that you know you need on your device. Don't store unnecessary things. And if you know you have app that has been on your device for more than 3 months and you know you have not used them, please uninstall them because they are vulnerable. Maybe it has been updated for 3 to 4 times and you'd have no idea it has been updated. That's your phone, that's your device is vulnerable to attack because hackers can easily attack it. And the question of being attacked is not, would I be attacked? The question we are asking ourselves now in this AI generation, the question we are asking ourselves now is not, would I be attacked? The question is, when will I be attacked? Because definitely, if you say you are not the one that is going to be attacked, maybe you might be the next victim. That's why you have to take every precaution to make sure that you are safe on the cyberspace. So we have use of wireless and the network safely. You have to make sure that you use public Wi-Fi with caution. If you must use, make sure you activate your VPN. The VPN, we call it virtual private network because public Wi-Fi is a playground of hackers. So, and public Wi-Fi makes you prone to attack because the network there is open. Everybody can access anything at any time. So you have to make sure that if you must use a public Wi-Fi, you make sure that you have your VPN on. That VPN will prevent hackers from eavesdropping your information because it sounds like a tunnel, and that tunnel will protect your data from hackers. Despite using VPN, if you are using VPN on a Wi-Fi, on a public Wi-Fi, try as much as possible not to send sensitive information on that network. You have an organization that you are working for, make sure you do not send any information related to your organization on a public Wi-Fi because you are putting your organization at risk. Your organization is at risk when you use a public Wi-Fi. You're using a public Wi-Fi, just use it for your date, maybe a little thing. You want to check something on the internet, but don't use it for a sensitive information like your organization, or you are trying to use your bank, your financial institution, your medical institution. Don't use public Wi-Fi for that. And make sure that anytime you know that your Bluetooth is not in use, turn it off because hackers can hack your device using your Bluetooth on when your Bluetooth is on and not in use. So you only use it, you only turn it on when you are using it. Are we communicating? So use unique password for each online account. If you have 10 accounts, make sure you use 10 different passwords. Don't use one password for all accounts because When one is being compromised, all the remaining accounts are compromised. That's why you have to use 10 accounts for different 10 passwords for different accounts. So how do you choose a password? You have to choose a very unique password. And most of us use 1234 as a password. You use 3456 as a password. These are accounts that can be cracked in a blink of an eye. It has been cracked by an hacker. So if you want to choose a password, don't choose dictionary words. Don't use words that you know when you go to the dictionary, you're going to see it. Don't use it. Don't use computer names. And if you want to choose, I said password. We've normally said password is better, but passphrase is best. Password is better, but passphrase is best. So how can you use a unique password? Make sure that your password has letter, uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and special characters. And it must be at least 10 characters, at least 10 characters. You know, we have people that have 3 characters as a password, but now things are changing. Some websites are trying to, like, when you put a website, you put in a password, you're trying to put a password. If it is weak, they will tell you that it is weak. If it is better, they'll tell you that it's better. If it is strong, you know that it's strong. So this should give you a clue on how to be choosing a password that is unique and can take a very long time for a hacker to hack. If I'm communicating, can I see your emoji? Okay, so phrase, relevant password, I've said it earlier. And these are the things that we have. Cybersecurity, there's NIST standard framework. We call it National Institutes of Standard and Technology. They are the ones that has given every organization, irrespective of which organization you are you into HIPAA, the Health Insurance Protection Agency, or the General Data Protection Authority, that is HIPAA and GDPR. According to them, is that every password must have at least 8-character minimum length. Like your password must be at least 8-character minimum. Then it should not be more than 64 character. Then we have, you should not use common guess words such as ABC123. We've said it earlier. And you should not use any password that can be easily hints. Somebody can easily identify that this is your password. Like we have people that normally you have 4 at home. You have a sister that is Khadija, Fatima, Hafsat, Imran. And before you know, the person will use the first letter of the words of the siblings and then add her year of birth and put it out as a password. It's very weak and it's not too good to do that. So these are what the NIST framework said about password. So if you're ready for the hands-on, let me see ready in the chat box. Ready, ready, ready. Let me see ready, 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 so that we can be able to. Okay. So since you're ready, I want everyone to go to Chrome. If you're using Chrome or you're using my Safari or you're using Firefox. If you're using Chrome, please click to the 3 dots at the left hand side. Have we done that? So when you click on the three dots, you see in Chrome, it's called incognito mode. Click on the incognito mode. When you click on the incognito mode, please type, how secure is my password? How secure is my password? When you type how secure is my password and you enter it, you're going to see security.org. Security.org. Click on the security.org. They're going to ask you, enter your password. Please enter your password. Enter the password that you're using there. Then please, I want to see, when you enter the password, I want to start seeing how long it's going to take a computer to crack your password. Please put it on the chat box if you've done it. 34 minutes. Wow. 5 years. Wow. Three years. Wow.
Hold on. This back tire, this side. Yes. I won't make you help me get jam. Okay. Come back.
Wow. So we have glorious own is 100,000 years. So let me shock you. If your password cannot take a computer 1 billion years to crack, then you have a very weak password. Because with the advent of AI, things are becoming easier for cyber criminals. They are becoming smarter and more sophisticated as the time goes on. So I would advise you, when you want to create a very unique password, make sure you have a passphrase. Look at this here. You see a very good, okay, good, and better. And three people, please. If you're still on that page, three people should please, one person should carry this okay, and the other person should insert this good, and another person should insert this better on the how secure is my password. And you will see you will be very shocked to see the years that it's going to take a computer to crack this password. So that's why you have to have a very unique password, because your password is your first defense to security. When you have a very weak password, then you are prone to cyber criminals. So we just did the hands-on now. How secure is my password? So we have backing up your data. You have to back up your data, because when you do not back up your data and the unfortunate happens, like I said earlier, the question you should be asking ourselves right now is not that, would I be attacked? No, the question we should be asking ourselves right now is, when would I be attacked? Because it's going to happen. But with your protection, with your own defense, with your own vigilance, being smart, that's when you are going to protect yourself from cyber criminals. So you have to back up your data in order to prevent loss of irreplaceable data. I could remember vividly here in Nigeria, there are years when our phone lost, we used to say, I wish the thief will give my SIM, just the SIM. They don't care about the phone. And the phone is more expensive than the SIM. But why they are saying that is because there are contacts that are on that SIM that you cannot replace them. So that's why you have to update and you have to back up your data frequently in order for you to prevent the loss of irreplaceable data. And make sure that you have additional location for your data, because that's one thing about the cloud. The cloud has come to stay. Organizations now are migrating from the normal server down to the cloud. We see what is happening with the Amazon Web Service, the Microsoft Cloud, everything. So this is why you have to update, you have to back up your data in order to prevent irreplaceable loss. So in case you have a ransomware as an attack in your organization, and they are asking you, they are demanding for thousands of dollars that you know your organization cannot provide, and you know you have already backed up the data, you don't need it. You tell them they should go, well, they should hold it, they should go with it. So that's one of the importance of backing up of data. If you do know, one thing with hackers is that when they even tell you they kidnap your data and ask you to pay, they end up not even giving you back your data. So your backup is your best bet. So we have the deleting. If you want to delete everything from your device, you don't need some content anymore in your device. So like, let's take your email, for example, your gmail.com. Sometimes people just delete. When you just delete, you did not delete, because that information, that email is still in your device. You have not deleted anything. How you can know that you have deleted an information or a data from your device in your email is when you go to the trash and you empty that trash. That means if anybody have access to that phone or to your email, they cannot see anything. So that's why it's very important that when you delete an email that you are not using or you don't want, and maybe when you leave it is going to cause you a problem, go to the trash and empty the trash. You're good to go for that. If you're communicating, can I see your emoji? Okay, safeguarding your online privacy. Two multi-factor authentication. This is your best bet. Most of us, we are just on the internet space. Most of our accounts don't have two multi-factor authentication, and most especially on WhatsApp. You see this, your WhatsApp, it is very prone to hackers. And you see that end-to-end encryption on WhatsApp, to be sincere, is just a wash. Okay. So this two multi-factor authentication is your fourth line of defense, because when hackers are trying to penetrate to have access to your account, you get an alarm that somebody is trying to have access to your account. Are you the one? If you're the one, you say yes. If you're not the one, you decline. That means you have protected your device, you have protected your network, you have to protect your data. But when you don't have two multi-factor authentication, when that is happening, that will be even happening without your consent. You don't even know that is happening. So most of us are on social media. Immediately you're there, your account is there, open for cyber criminals. You are just waiting for them to just come and penetrate. So on this two multi-factor authentication, we have the app authenticator and we have the phone number. You can connect it with the app authenticator or you can connect it with your phone number, in the sense that anytime you're trying to access your account from another device, there is a PIN that you have to insert before you can be able to have access to it. Okay, so this one is strong authentication. We're talking about the third party. And this third party is in the sense that you're trying to have access to another website and you don't want to go through the rigorous email, username, password, address. You just connect through your Google. So your Chrome account or your Google account. So that's your Google account is the open source authentication. We call it the open source authentication. So this is more rigorous. We're talking about your online space. Cyber criminals, as I said earlier, they are not after whether you are a celebrity or you're not a celebrity. All what they are after your data. Your data. And they are there on the social space, on the social media, gathering it. Because social media is an OSINT. We call it open source intelligence, where people go and get information without paying, without stress. Somebody will be at the comfort of his home and gathering information about you. And before you know, is attacking. He wants to attack you. So that's why you must not share too much on the social media. Share a little amount about you and your family, about your workspace, about your everything. When you want to share on social media, think twice. Ask yourself, when I put this thing out, is it going to cause me or my family a problem? If you know it's going to cause your family or you anybody on problem, any of your relative problem, don't share. Don't share. Because a lot of people, a lot of musicians, we have this musician that was killed in America. What happened is that he was sharing too much on the social media. And his attackers, they did not even go two steps. They were on the social media. When he went to the boutique to go and get some clothes, he snapped it. They saw the address of the boutique. He put it on the social media. He put it on the social space. After the boutique, he went to a grocery shop. He bought something there. He snapped. He put it on the social media. He went to his hotel that he was lodging. He snapped. And they were able to see the number of that hotel. And that is how they traced him down to his hotel room. And what happens? They killed him. So the social media is an OSINT. We call it OSINT, open source intelligence, where hackers, where criminals get their information from. Most time, you were not the one that told them. Most time, you are the one that give out those information without you knowing. And they use it against you. So do not share information such as your birthday. People are doing birthday, you are doing your birthday, you are putting it on the social media. And cyber criminal is there looking, okay, birthday. Maybe her birthday is her password. They will try it. Okay. It not work, they will leave it. You share your email address. You are not sharing it on DMs. You are putting it out there for people to see. Okay? They can use it to send you phishing link without you knowing. You share your phone number. Everybody's seeing your phone number. They might call you and tell you this. That's what we call smishing. They can use it to send you smishing. So that is why you have to share a little amount about yourself on the social media. We know the social media don't forget and they don't forgive. So do not share too much. Do not share too much on social media. Then check your social media settings. There are privacy that you have to check. There are privacy you have to check continuously on your social media accounts, knowing whether somebody is having access to your data, to your information without you knowing. A lot is happening. They are getting information about you without you knowing. Are you sure? When last did you check your social media settings? I'm very sure since the last time we installed that app. So, web browsing safety and how to browse safely on the cyberspace. If you noticed earlier, I told you to go to Chrome. Because why did I tell you to go to Chrome and go to incognito mode? is because you're trying to input your password. And when you browse using incognito mode, you are browsing on safe mode. Nobody can intercept. Nobody can see anything that you're browsing or anything you're typing. But when you're browsing on the normal Chrome, hackers are there using their Wireshark to analyze everybody's data that is passing through that website. So that's why I said go to incognito mode, because private browsing mode, to prevent others from getting your password. I hope there are people that do not use the normal Chrome. So when it comes to private mode on popular browser, if it is Microsoft Internet Explorer you're using, we call it in private. If it is Google Chrome, Google Chrome, that's the incognito. If you're using Mozilla Firefox, on your Mozilla Firefox, we call it private tab. And on Safari, we call it private browsing. If I'm communicating, please, can I see an emoji? Or type yes. 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 If I'm communicating. Okay. So are we going for So these are the password security. You have to go to your WhatsApp. Make sure you go to the setting on your two multi-factor authentication. Make sure it is on, because WhatsApp is being the most targeted app by cyber criminals, because you only have contact of your family and friends on it. It's not like LinkedIn. It's not like X or Facebook, because WhatsApp has family and friends, and there are 99% chance that when hackers have access to your account, they have 99% chance that they are going to get something. They are going to milk your family. Your family is going to pay, because they know you are the one asking. And before you know, they will give it out. So that's why you have to, your WhatsApp, your security of your WhatsApp should be very, very tight. So I think we've come to the end of this chapter. And okay, thank you so much for that. We have I have a Kahoot game that we're going to play. So Mahtab, back to you. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate everything. It has been a wonderful time so far. So let me stop sharing my screen. So back to you, Mahtab.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Maryam, for your insightful presentation. And indeed, we learned a lot. And dear all, now let's open the floor for questions. And if you have any question, please type your questions in the chat, and we will address as many as possible. Miss Maryam, we have a couple of questions, if you're ready.
Okay, so I have a Kahoot game.
Okay, please go on.
So can we play the game before the question, or we should answer the question before the game? So I want to hear from the comments, please. If you want to play the game before the question, or the question before the game. So let's hear. Okay. Okay. So you see my screen? Is my screen on?
Yes, yes, we can see it.
Okay, so please, we are going, we're going live now. So,
Miss Maryam, you're
okay, here's
mute.
the pin. The pin is up. So I hope you're all
Okay,
good.
now we come.
Okay. Okay. So, Kausar, Kasamak are online. Please, am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So, we need 36 people on this, please. Get coming, get coming.
How can we join the game?
Please go to your kahoot.com, then join game. Just click on join game. You insert this pin, so you'll be here. Please go to Kahoot. Should we start? Are we good to go? Okay. So let's read 20. When we're 20, then we'll start. Okay. Remaining one person. Okay. So we are good to go. Okay. So we are good to go. I want a count of three. So I hope you're all ready. Okay. Okay. Which of the floor is not a malware? So Smishy is not a malware. Next. Oh, pause. Wow. Okay. Question two. Which of the floor is a type of hacker? Okay. Good one. Wow. So next, question three. Cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility at business. Okay, thank you so much for that. Mm. So congratulations to Kausar, congratulations to Spurge, congratulations to MA. It has been a wonderful Kasmak, you tried. So thank you so much, everyone. It has been a wonderful day. So
Okay, thank you, Mariam, once again. Actually, the game was really interesting and fun. Are we done so far? Miss Mariam, can we go to questions?
okay, so thank you so much for that. So I want to clarify something. So there's this tool we use to analyze link. You got a link, an email link, or somebody sent you a link and you're not sure. You want to clarify whether it's a legitimate link, is not a malicious link. We use Virus Total. We call the tool Virus Total. You use it to analyze your URL, your file, your folder, anything they send for you. You just use it to run the test to see it for yourself. You will know whether it is malicious, it is suspicious. So that's that. So when it comes to types of hackers, we have the black hats, that are the bad guys. We call them the cyber criminals. We have the gray hats, we have the white hats, that's the ethical hackers. That the white hats are known as the ethical hackers. So just to clarify some things, like I did not say it earlier. So I was saying it in when I was saying. So what are the questions? We're good for question. So where are the questions? Can Mahtab, you go after the question when I of them?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sure. So I'll go with the first question. So, what advice would you give to someone who is interested in a career in cybersecurity?
All right. Okay. Thank you for that question. Like this is the question that I get every day, every time. If you want to like transition into the cybersecurity ecosystem, first I will tell you to get a mentor because cybersecurity is one niche, like it's one tech skill that is so the niches are niche, like the niches are much there. We have the forensic audit, we have the SOC analyst, we have the ethical hacker, we have the network security, we have the operator security. All these are inside cybersecurity. So if you do not have a you need to get a mentor. That mentor, it will be the one that is going to guide you to ask you some questions for him or her to know which of the specialization is going to be good for you. So cybersecurity at first you think is technical, yeah, at first it's convincing, it's confusing, but it's going to be worthwhile when you delve into. So just get yourself a mentor, and that will be very good. And I hope that answered your question.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. And dear all, if you have any questions, please put that in the chat and we'll go one by one. Okay, dear Miss Mariam, we have one more question. How do technologies like AI and IoT impact cybersecurity? And what should we watch out for?
Okay, thank you so much. Like, this is going to be the headache of cybersecurity because AI and IoT, Internet of Things, they are becoming more rampant. And what we cybersecurity professionals are pleading to those that's building those AI, we are pleading for to build securely because everybody is trying to be on the market. They want to be out in the market of AI. And we see what happened with DeepSeek. The day that DeepSeek was launched, that day it was hacked. So, according to statistics, every 1,000 line of code, there is 5 to 20 bug, and those bugs are not fixed before coming to the market. So now what we are pleading is that when you want to build your AI, make sure that your audio, you work on your audio. That was the architecture, the design, the infrastructure, and the implementation, and the operation. Make sure they are secure, because it's going to become is a problem, not in the aspect that cybersecurity professionals are using AI to automate tasks, but we don't use, we don't we don't rely solely on AI, because everybody's trying to be in the markets, and these things are going to cause problem for individuals. As you're using your chat GPT, most of us have chat GPT, and this chat GPT, there is a place that they ask train ChatGPT for everyone, your model for everyone. If you know yours is on, please go and off it, because you are feeding AI your data, and these cyber criminals can easily use that data against you. And why the world was scared of DeepSeek is that DeepSeek is an open source. Apart from being an open source, it is free. And in cybersecurity, if you are not paying for a product, then you are the product. So you have to be very careful. No, before you start using any AI tool, just do your own research to know what I'm trying to do with it. Am I secure? And if you want to do anything that is going to be very sensitive, think twice. So it is let's say, it's a cyber war that is going to be happening. It's not a physical war, it's cyber war, but the impact is real when it comes to AI and Internet of Things. So I hope that answered that question.
Yes, sure. Thank you. And one more question. What are the best resources for learning about cybersecurity in college or anywhere?
Okay. So one thing about cybersecurity is that there's information overload. Like the information resources are there out there. Like the resources are numerous. It's for you to figure out which one you want to go for. If you are like new into cybersecurity, I would recommend you start with Cisco, Introduction to Cybersecurity with Cisco. That's the NAT ACAD. When you're through with that, then you can go to Google Specialization in Cybersecurity, the one on Coursera. So from there, you build on. I hope that answered the question.
Yes, sure. Thank you. And also, we have someone raised his hand, Ehsan. Yes, you can ask your question, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Thanks, Miss Maryam, for this amazing webinar. Unfortunately, I arrived late, and I think I missed a lot of important and dangerous information about this topic. But I ask about what are the protection strategies that can be adopted in small and medium-sized enterprises. Thank you, Madam.
Okay, what are the words? I can hear that.
What are the protection strategies that can be adopted in small and medium-sized enterprises? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So that's why we told if you are setting up a business, a small business, we ask you, when you know your assets, you know how to protect them. You have customers' information, that's their data. You collect data, customers' data. Since you're a small scale business, please don't collect a lot of data. Just collect a minimum data that you know you can protect, because you are going to collect their PII and you have to protect that PII. Because if you do not protect that PII and somebody information leak due to your organization or your business, is going to sue you and you're going to pay heavily for that. So you have to make sure that you have to have somebody that is cyber secure in your organization, and they should know how to protect the data of the customers you're collecting, because since it's still small, with time you're going to scale up. So for now, the data that you're collecting, make sure you protect them. And any information that's your intellectual property, that's that of your company, you make sure you also protect it from cyber criminals. Because if they lay hand on it, it's going to cause you damage, it's going to cost you reputation, and it's going to cost you revenue loss. So your number one, you protect customer data. Number two, you protect your intellectual property. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, and also from YouTube Live, we have one more question. That how can we protect our professional email from spams?
Okay, is it the question on the chat?
Yes.
Okay, how can we protect our professional email from spam? So it's a setting that we do. That's one thing about there's a setting that you have to activate on your spam. So you have to configure it in the certain way that you include some certain words. So when you include that certain words, any message that has spam is not going to, it cannot deliver it. So it's something that is technical that you have to do. I don't, is if the person wants, like, we can meet, we can go about that, but it's more technical. Okay, I say is the question on the YouTube, I say is a technical thing that we have, somebody needs a guidance on how to do that. So I think if the person can like meet me, we can go about that. I hope it's okay.
Yes, Maryam, we will definitely set her meeting with you. She's one of our fellow in community outreach. Definitely, we would like to connect you with her for this query.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for that. So what are the most common cybersecurity threats businesses face today, and how can they effectively protect them against them? Okay, business face phishing scams, social engineering, insider threats, and outside threats. When we talk about insider threats, these are people that work together with you. They are there in their organization. Maybe you do not do your thorough background search and they were able to sell. We have what we call the dark web, where illegal things are auctioned. You will, as a business, you don't know that your assets in the dark web, they are being sold to cyber criminals and they will use it to attack you. So we have the phishing scam. One thing about cybersecurity as a business, we said the weakest link in cybersecurity is the human. And according to statistics, 95% of security breach is caused by human. So if you do not train So if you don't train, you don't blame. You have to train your employee on how to identify phishing scam, on how to identify social engineering, on how to identify phishing and smishing and the VD. So you have to train your employee on how to identify all these things. Because one thing is that cyber criminals, what they do is they use the human psychology. And you will be very shocked to know how did they do that? How did they do that? We're still trying to fathom that. Because they notice the time that you are less prepared, that they know that you are anxious, and before they know, they attack you. And as I said earlier, cyber criminals don't attack the first day. You get to know that you have been attacked the first day, but they take years. They take years gathering information about you or your organization before they attack. So that is why we say cybersecurity is a continuous process. It's not something that you do and you say you are secure. No, it's something you do continuous. So what I advise, the threats that businesses face are phishing, social engineering, and insider threats. You have to know how to treat your employee, and you have to train your employee. So as we say, if you don't train, you don't blame. So you have to train them. I hope that answered your question. Mahtab?
Yes, again, we have Ehsan. She has a question. Ehsan, please go on.
Thanks, Madam. You speak about the protection of customers in company. How can companies ensure the security of their customers' data in modern work?
So you have to encrypt all your customers' data. You have to encrypt them. And you have to differentiate all the data in your organization. You have your inventory data different from your customers' data different, and you have to, we got what we call triage. That's you protect data based on their priority. Which one you know that when it goes outside is going to cause my company problem. You know how to protect that. Then which
Lakin
one that when you know,
please, how can I protect this data, customers' data? How? In modern work environment.
in modern work environment, you need a cybersecurity that will help you, that will tell you.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Madam.
Thank you. Please, you have to get somewhere, like we have a lot of cybersecurity professionals that you just, okay, they will tell you the inventory, how you do it, how to encrypt it. They will help you to encrypt it, how to do that. So that's the work of cybersecurity professionals. We are there, we help you to protect your customers' data, we help you to protect your business. And one thing about cybersecurity professional is that they make sure that the goal of your business tally with the way they will protect it. So that's it.
Okay. Now
I hope
we
that
have
answered the question.
Okay, that's mean we now from this webinar, I collect fewer data. We need some workshop to practice more about this topic to protect our personal account in WhatsApp, in social media, in our companies. That's we need more workshop to practice more about this danger topic. Thank you, Madam.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Like to train, that I said it, what I was asking about phishing.
Okay.
Okay, we have one more question in the chat. He says that how can I prevent my WhatsApp account from being hacked? Miss Maryam?
Okay, so am I audible, please?
Yes, we can hear
Okay,
you.
you train them, and when you train them, everybody is aware. When they see a phishing link, that's why there are sometimes that you just try to do a phishing simulation. We call it a phishing simulation. When the employee are less expected, you send a phishing link to everybody's system and test who is not aware that is going to click. So when you know that this person is not aware, you train the person again on how to identify it. So that's one thing about cybersecurity. You train your employee. When you train your employees, they are aware, they know about it. Your organization is secure. So I hope that answers your question.
Okay, Miss Maryam, we have one more question. Like, how can I prevent my WhatsApp account from being hacked? It's in the chat.
Okay, how you can prevent your WhatsApp account from being hacked? First, make sure you have a strong passphrase, a very unique password. Second, on your multi-factor authentication, activate it. Third, when somebody sends you a link, even if it is your brother, your co-worker, and you want to see, you are not sure of that link, use a virus total to analyze that link before clicking. So don't click on any link that you see. Because as I've told you, cyber criminals take years before they attack. They don't just attack you the first day that they know. They take years to gather information about you before attacking. So make sure before you click anything, think twice before clicking anything. And anything, any word, any email you see that is too good to be true, you do not play any lottery and they're telling you that congratulations, you have won this. Click here to claim. Don't click. Because you don't know, you did not play anything. Or somebody just tell you have won $10 billion. Click here to click. Click here to claim. These are things that are too good to be true. So you have to, as much as possible, not to click. And anytime you see a message that sound urgent, that tell you do now, do now, do now, please, when you see it, urgency, do it now, do it now. Close your phone, sit down, rest, drink water, open the phone again. If you see you're not too comfortable with that, delete. And we have in India now, we have this scam that they are calling digital arrest. It's a scam that is happening and people are falling for it and people are paying hugely for it. There is nothing like digital arrest. Nobody will arrest you digitally. And when somebody call you and tell you, you do this, you do that, agreed, yes. Agree that you do that, but tell the person that you will not pay that money. Nobody should call you and tell you that. They will tell you, like, what is happening is that cyber criminals are becoming more tactical. They can call you and tell you the name of your brother. They will tell you the name of your family. They will tell you where you are working. They will tell you where you're schooling. They will tell you the seat that you're sitting in your school. Because they've already gathered information. They gathered that information about you. And they know that anything they tell you, you're going to agree. So that's why you have to be very careful. When somebody is calling you and is telling you everything about you and is requesting for something, please block that number, delete the number. If you know any police station close to you, report to that person. So nobody should call and tell you, we know you, we see you this, are you not this, are you not that? Yes, you are the one, but you're not ready. So I hope that answers your question, how to stay safe, how to protect your WhatsApp from hackers. So Mahtab.
Okay, Miss, once again, thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. And now we're at the very end of our presentation and webinar so far. So we have learned that cybersecurity is not just a technical issue, but it's a fundamental aspects of safeguarding our personal and collective features, whether it's protecting healthcare data, ensuring online education security, or maintaining economic stability. So cybersecurity impacts every aspect of our lives. And a huge thanks to you, Miss Maryam, for sharing your expertise with us today. And thank you all for being part of this virtual webinar. Actually, we have 3 more webinars with the same title about cybersecurity that we will have them in future, inshallah. So please stay tuned, and we will have more webinars in the future. And just but they are all focused on skill development for women and other critical topics. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us today, and wish you have a good day. Thank you, everybody.
I have a question, please. I have a question.
Yeah, yes, please.
Yeah, I mentioned it twice in the chat, but I didn't get a reply. I missed the aspect where she talked about the tag incognito, as well as when she mentioned the website, we can check our password, how good it is. I'm so sorry, I had issues with my network when she talked about it. I don't know if it's possible. She talked about the site, the website for the password, to check the password, as well as the tab incognito she talked about. I missed those 2 aspects.
Yes, I'm just sharing you the link and as well as the recording. Just give me a second. Just check WhatsApp group. I hope you are in the WhatsApp group. Just give me
Yes,
a
I
minute.
am.
Just a minute,
Okay.
all right? I'm just sharing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, good on. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes, dear, you can go with the links and watch the recordings. Okay, everyone, thank you again. Thank you so much for joining today, and wish you have a good day and good time.
Thank you, Mahtab. Thank you, Maryam. Thank you, Team WSD. Thank you, everybody, for joining in for this session. We cannot wait to see more program designed by Ms. Mahtab under cybersecurity. Thank you, everybody.